Hello everyone, it's Ashwin Rao. If you've paid any attention to my channel over the past 2 to 3 years, you'll recognize that the shoe I'll be unboxing today is from one of my very favorite shoemakers in the world, and a brand that I believe falls within the conversation of the very best shoemakers in the classic menswear segment. This, my friends, is Winson Shoemaker, and the shoe that I'll be unboxing today and providing some first impressions is their Austerity Brogue with a seamless heel and piped detailing. Now we're going to get into those details shortly, but I wanted to take you through the unboxing first, and we'll summarize at the end to let you know how I feel about this shoe. Those of you who are familiar with Winson Shoemaker will recognize this box, which has this beautiful, elegant, articulated pattern with the Winson Indonesia label. Really high quality box with a typical traditional leather cardboard fit and finish. Putting it aside, we're going to dive into this unboxing more rapidly. With this pair of beautiful Austerity monks now unboxed, I wanted to take a deeper dive into what we're seeing in terms of the quality, craftsmanship, and first impressions I have from Winson Shoemaker, who, as you know, is amongst my very favorite shoemakers in the world. So we're gonna bring this shoe to our attention first. This upper, as you can see, features a beautiful museum grained leather. This is a hatch grain museum leather in the steel color. So steel museum hatch grain leather from the Ilcia tannery. That leather is slightly different in its general pattern, which is an embossed pattern than, say, the Horween hatch grain pattern or others. This particular style is reminiscent of an Austerity Brogue, but with some unique features. Austerity Brogues typically have a shape of a wingtip, but without the actual broguing pattern. And you can see here that the broguing has actually been replaced by this slight rise or piping effect along the Austerity Brogue patterned wingtip here, along the edge of this facing, as well as the sides of the facing here. There's no back heel counter because, as you will see, this particular model has a seamless heel. This is not something I was actually expecting in terms of quality, fit, and finish. The other styles that I've seen from Winson typically have a heel counter, but I am absolutely thrilled that he included this detail. Seamless heels are amongst one of my favorite features of high-end dress shoes because I think they reflect the craftsmanship and skill of the maker to be able to execute such a pattern and do so cleanly without any errors in the lasting, as you can see. Here we see a gently tapered heel block. I like the gentleness of this taper, and I like the fudge detail that I'm seeing along the top of the heel block here. You can see that taper does apply along the entire 270 degrees of this heel block, and you can see the slight angle of the pitch here that reflects the same angle of the pitch that you see in the back as well. The heel has an offset notch between the waist, which is a gently beveled waist edge here that transitions to a more aggressive hard fiddleback that you can see here. Fairly narrow waist that transitions into a more rugged edge dressing here where you see a rugged fudging, which is that serrated look to the top of the outsole, which essentially hides the stitching because the stitching is in the same pattern as that fudging. Winson has also applied a nice shine and burnishing to the tip of the shoe. Speaking of the shoe, this shoe features the Kirin last, which is a elongated, rounded, almost almond-shaped last. He's been modifying and working to recreate some of his lasts to provide more elegance, and I think he's done a great job. I was actually fortunate to be part of his vetting process to decide how his new lasts would fit and be shaped, and so I appreciate the chance to provide input to such a high-end shoemaker. We see that the shoe has a black high shine edge dressing with a slight taper to the edge of that waist and the high shine applied to the heel block. There's a probably 6-layered full grain leather heel stack here. And if we flip the shoe over again and pay attention to the forefoot and the heel, these are Vibram Explosion sole guards and heel guards, which are my favorite type of heel guard. They just last really well and provide great gripability and traction. The other thing I really wanted to show you was the beautiful pattern to this new toe plate that Winson is applying. Now, I've never seen a toe plate with this much artistry delivered to such a small detail, but this really tells you how quality of a shoemaker Winson really is in delivering the goods. Everything comes together so elegantly. This is a unique shape because one, it has the piping, which is a design that I came up with in viewing one of Thunder March's similarly adorned shoes, but then adding the seamless heel, the hatch grain leather, all makes this come together beautifully well. Adding the seamless heel, the hatch grain leather, all makes this come together beautifully well. Here, there's a lovely, elegant taper to the design of this particular wingtip style, which is a short wing, meaning that it goes to the edge of the waist. I love the fact that this wingtip pattern flows to the edge of the heel block right there. These are the little details that can elevate a shoe from something more mundane to truly a work of art. And I consider Winson capable of creating works of art. Each of his pairs is truly special to me. The shoe tree that you see here is made from a natural wood with the Winson Shoemaker emblem emblazoned on the back side of that. And it is a lasted shoe tree, so it showcases the shape of his Kirin last. With that, peering into the shoe, you can see the dimples that are characteristic of the hand welting process. So as you can see, Winson Shoemaker continues to raise their game. They've been refining their lasts. The Kirin last is a beautifully elegant, appropriate last for an Oxford, and I really think that this shoe showcases their skill and execution, as well as Winson's creativity in working within the confines of classic menswear, yet offering creative, elegant, and beautiful interpretations of classic styles. I'll check back in with a full review, and I look forward to seeing you at that point. Until then, have a great day, and I'll see you soon.